The Lekker Rugby Pod Instant Reaction with Harry Jones. Only on Megafoon Rugby.
Welcome to the Lekker Rugby Pod Instant Reaction after this disappointing Stormers performance against the Glasgow Warriors, defending champions at home in Glasgow. And Harry, I've been waiting for this one. You threatened at one stage to have an empty chair. So here you are. Well, welcome to the fight, and let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I got to front up. Franco Smith with his devilish smile because he coaches the Devils is up in Glasgow. Glasgow is known as the highest crime city in Europe. I mean, it's minuscule compared to America or South Africa, but you know, in that little baby stakes they've got in the crime, it's a tough, rough city. I don't think it was that rough and tough today. It was more clever, like skellum, sneaky. Just to be clarifying, everyone, I said Stormers by 8. What I think I meant by 8 was Stormers by 8 scrums, or Stormers by 8 knock-ons, or by 8,000 penalties.
Losing 8 lineouts. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, maybe 8 up fork Jack and the Beanstalks. I don't know what I was looking at some point. It was literally a joke. It was like we were doing a parody of rugby. It was a satire. Matt Pierce and I were doing some WhatsApping with each other, and it became increasingly just a farce. Like, I don't even know if we were actually commenting on rugby to each other. It was more about what can we, no shape, no sense, no structure, no steer, no steals, no soul, no system, no stickiness, no starch. I run out of S words, but the Stormers simply could not find any kind of rhythm.
I can think of
one. I mean, there was a... Yeah. There was a moment. So there was a moment, 18-19, when that was the score when Marnie created an overlap try. Then he created a try for Glasgow by putting up an up and under exit against the wind on your 22, landing it on the 22 in a game when all the aerials were going the other way around. There was a moment, there was a 7-minute sojourn in the red zone of Glasgow in the first half, and there was no try, no drop goal. The drop goal hit the poles. Evan de Roos was trying to take on 17 people to try and drag them over instead of, you know, just flipping it out to space. Andre Hugo Venter was counting his blessings before he dotted it down. I mean, there were more strips and chokes that you'd find at a Sea Point rub and tug joint. It was absolutely ridiculous. The Stormers ran into a pit. They got covered in tar, then they just put feathers all over themselves. 5 big things from the first half, so we'll kind of do it sequentially. A shitload of red zone entries with nothing to show for it. Number 2, a monster scrum. It's like, oh, there's the scrum. Maybe this could be something to build on that fine-ass pitch. You know, those pitches are really, really good for scrumming, by the way. But holes in the midfield, the size of the Cape Flats, there was just Tom Jordan running through. He was Sasha. He said, Sasha, I'm taking your name tonight. I'll be Sasha for a while. Good-looking kid, swiveling his hips, running through a muck. You know, Dan Duplessis out. Hartzenberg, bless his hearts, doesn't know what he's doing at 13. Then you have a shuffle. Mani and Sasha fighting for the ball to say who can do the most crazy goof troops. Sasha was a bit frenetic, frantic, hectic all night. And then the Scots went for the choke. Stormers went for the poke. And let me tell you something. When a team chokes you, this happened to the Bulls recently. It happened to a lot of teams. When a team starts to choke you and it's working, oh my God, just run the ball at someone's shins. Do not run upright. The referee was telling you he's going to call more quickly and then he's going to reward, and it just kept happening. But like I said, there was a moment, 18-19, early second half, then it goes 18-26. And then the Stormers simply could not defend a simple backline move. I mean, it literally just became, like I said, a comedy routine where you said, what is the simplest training ground pitch move that you could have from Rondebosch Boys High? We're just going to put it out there, and then we're all going to look mystified and go, oh, well, how did they do that? How did they run it by me? And then it was just desperation from that point on. So it just marched. You know, basically we had 18, they had 19, they had 26, they had 33, they had 36. I feel like if we kept playing, it would have been 18, 150. So my prediction, way off. My worry is that Franco Smith and his devilish smile is not over. This is not a good thing, but he's got his mojo back. I don't know where it goes. So Glasgow could obviously be the first Irk victor to defend their title. So we can celebrate that and switch teams and just go, yay, Glasgow, South African, Henko Venter. But there's just nothing to applaud. Let me just say something as well. Not anyone, no individual player today lost any ground in Buckland. They are hopelessly trapped in a system that doesn't make sense. And when they're in that system and it's not working, they are all, the ones that really are good are trying to do crazy stuff because it's heroic time. But I wouldn't mark down anything for Shea on his scrumming. Ali Vermaak was a beast. Andre Hugo Venter, yes, I know what he was trying to do. I mean, it happens when you're trying so hard, you drop the ball. Murat actually was playing pretty good for 2 seconds until he was out. JD Schikkeling, fine. I didn't think Paul de Villiers had the winning of the battle between him and Rory Darge, but Rory Darge is a, British and Irish lion type guy. So there's plenty more room there. I wouldn't say he slipped. Evan Ruiz, okay. And one thing I'll say for him, he wants to fight all day long. I never saw him drop his head or say, I'm done. So again, he's trapped in a terrible system at this point that does okay for a while, but when it's up in a knockout match against a formidable team when all the stakes are high, all the habits, all the faults, all the errors, all the bad things about the Stormers are unavoidable. They're on display. You're stripped naked. Someone pulls your pants down, and there you are, butt cheeked. And Ungerer, he did what he could in a very crazy breakdown. And again, so what? The referee's calling a crazy breakdown. So adapt. Be clever, like Glasgow was. The shuffle where you have Hartzenberg playing a position he never played before, and that didn't work. So, all we can say is that put these guys with so much talent in a proper system. Bring Johan van Graan. I have mounted the campaign. I've remounted the campaign for Johan to come to play. Bring a bull down to the south. I'm not going to fall in love with the north of the Bulls. I just want to take your IP, since you take all our guys, and marry that sort of hard-nosed set piece shape. Put this rugby in a corset. We need some shaping down there. It's just flabby, ridiculous stuff, and we can now draw a line, make a massive red mark through this particular Western Province Stormers conquest. We're Don Quixote. We're Don Quixote with no pants on.
Well, all you need to do is just drive up to George in the Garden Route. You've got an ex-Bull that you just mentioned. Stormer supporter that he admitted to us on the spot. Ready to go. Heineke Meyer is waiting for the phone call, man. But forget about Jan van Graan. He's tied up till 2030. Heineke Meyer is waiting with bated breath, waiting for that phone to ring. Make a call.
Get them both and bring Andries Becker back too. Bring them all back. We fix the line out. We fix the shape, and then we have the stars and the talent. But that shape of the game, what I wrote down was from 0 to 25 minutes, it was too loose. From 30 minutes to the end, it was a debacle toilet. And then I had, from 13 minutes to 14 minutes, I had good shape. It was a minute of good shape and some really good scrums.
Okay, but I have to admit it now. You have to admit you don't like losing, and I mean, I feel for you. I hope I don't feel like you do tomorrow afternoon after this Loftus excursion of ours. But come on, man, you have to support the Bulls now. I mean, you and Jake are best buddies now. It's going well. We're good friends with the Bulls. I've indoctrinated you to the extent. Admit it. You're going to support us now.
So I mean, you understand that there's breeds
only for tomorrow, not in time for forever.
In the bush, on the veld, you're trying to convince a leopard and a kudu to be friends. Now, there's something preternatural.
You being the kudu, by the way.
I'm a kudu with a bazooka, but there's just things that don't match very easily. So just give me a few decades.
You've only got till 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Harry. Come on. And it's not a bazooka.
No, go Bulls, go Bulls.
It's a clap.
Go Bulls tomorrow. Avenge us. We want vengeance.
I'm a little worried about the Bulls, I'll be honest. Not because of anything that I don't think they can do it. It's just, it's a knockout. Anything can happen, like we say. Just tell me one thing. Why did the Stormers play as bad as they did? I mean, they went there. They were there last Saturday already. It's not the climate. It's not the weather. It's not what happened. I mean, it must be something in the water in Pretoria, because Frank is also speaking water. They're like anything. Jake drinks a lot of water, all Pretoria water. Maybe it's that, maybe that's a secret. What do you think?
Well, we covered early in the season the fact that the Stormers have something very wrong at the top, but we're not calling for John Dobson's head. We're saying move him to
To the
Minister
head.
of Public Relations, make him the community relations guy, outreach, academician, build the academy because he's really good at all that stuff. But he's lost his way at the top. We said that before. There's no coming back when you don't refresh ideas. It's the hardest thing in coaching is to get to the top, then almost get to the top, and then kind of get found out, and then maybe also not have the fire of God, lighting up your players, on their underpants in the halftime. So why was a score that was really eminently manageable, with the Stormers arguably being the better team in the first half, why did it blow out? You do look at coaches because they only have two big inputs. They have an input at the beginning of the game when you run out there, the first 10, 15 minutes of furor, and then they have oranges. And it's that where the really good coaches can get in there for whatever minutes they have, and they say, we're going to go longer on the ruck, we're going to go quicker on the pullback, we're going to go second line, we're going to put the ball in this quadrant, and there just didn't seem to be any clue at all. So either they didn't know what to do, the coaches, or their communication style, got lost in whatever the halftime pizza they were eating, but it did not seem to translate on the field. That's what I'm saying.
Sort of one thing before we finish off. You said none of the Springboks, did their reputation any damage. Sasha, to me, was such a disappointment. And when Marnie came on, things started to look better, don't you think?
Well, all I'm saying is on talent that good, you really just look. It's like a particular team's fortunes. Whether it could be the Cheetahs, they could be Connacht in Ireland. If someone's just got that raw good test animalness, and I think Sasha has it in spades, you just say, get him in the right spot. I need to unlearn some things, that have been baked in. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't cancel anyone for this performance on the player side, but I'm seriously doubting some of the coaching acumen, because how do you keep running into choke tackles and not fix that at oranges? And why is there no shape at all? So if there's no shape at all, then Sasha is going to probably just in that vacuum think, I got to do something. That's his nature. Yeah.
No, that does make sense. No, well, anyway, let's reconvene tomorrow afternoon after the Bulls. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'm going to sit with an empty chair. You never know.
Nah, you got this, guys. You're the favorites, but really, as Johan says, under Bulls. So pretend you're the underdogs.
No one buys that anymore. Johan, that's so outdated now. No one buys the under Bulls thing, but he keeps doggedly at it. So there we go. Thanks, Harry. I know it took a lot of courage to appear there, to make your appearance here. And I appreciate it. And it's late at night. Let me get this thing out and published.
Yeah, I'm gonna go punch a bag now for about 30 minutes. So see you guys.
Yeah, watch the knee. Don't twist.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.